I need to tell you something I've never said out loud. Her name was Rachel, and I loved her with every atom of my being. I would have given her anything, my time, my future, my whole heart. But there was one thing she needed that I couldn't give her, a promise that I'd never been attracted to men. She needed me to say my past relationships with guys were mistakes, confusion, compulsory heterosexuality. She needed me to be a lesbian, just a lesbian, nothing more complicated. And when I couldn't lie to her about who I'd been before her, when I couldn't erase the parts of myself that loved differently, she looked at me like I'd betrayed her. Maybe I did. Or maybe she betrayed me first by loving only the parts of me she could understand. I met Rachel at a queer book club in Portland. She was arguing passionately about representation in sapphic fiction, her hands moving as she spoke, her dark curls bouncing with every emphatic point. I was mesmerized, not just by her beauty, though God, she was beautiful, but by her certainty. She knew exactly who she was. Out since 16, active in LGBTQ plus advocacy, unapologetically, completely gay. I'd never been that sure of anything in my life. After the meeting, we got drinks, then coffee the next morning, then dinner 3 nights in a row. Within 2 weeks, I was at her apartment more than my own. Within a month, I was in love. She asked about my dating history on our 5th date, casual over Thai takeout. I told her the truth. I dated 2 guys in college, one seriously. His name was Marcus. We were together for 2 years. I loved him, but you realized you were gay? She asked, hopeful. I hesitated. I realized I was attracted to women too, that I wanted to explore that part of myself. So you're bi. The word hung there. I'd never claimed it, never rejected it. It felt both true and insufficient, I guess. I don't really use labels much. I just follow what feels right. Something flickered across her face. Disappointment, concern. She smiled, but it didn't quite reach her eyes. That's cool. Labels are just words anyway, right? But I could feel it. The first hairline fracture in our foundation. She wanted me to be like her, certain, defined, completely, exclusively attracted to women. And I wasn't sure I could be that, even for her. That night, lying in her bed while she slept, I stared at the ceiling and wondered if love could survive in the space between who you are and who someone needs you to be. I should have known then. I should have had that conversation. But I was falling, and falling people don't ask questions about where they'll land. It started small. Little comments she'd make, seemingly innocent. I love that you're finally living your truth, she'd say, as if my life before her had been a lie, or I bet it's such a relief not to have to perform straightness anymore. When I'd never felt like I was performing anything, her friends would ask about my coming out story, and I never knew what to say. Coming out implied I'd been hidden, closeted, but I'd just been living, loving people as I met them. I'd never hidden Marcus from anyone. I'd never pretended he was just a friend. 3 months in, Rachel took me to a lesbian bar downtown. It was my first time in an explicitly women-only queer space, and I felt the weight of being perceived, evaluated, judged. Women glanced at us, at me specifically, like they were trying to figure out if I belonged. One of Rachel's exes approached us at the bar. Her name was Simone, and she was stunning tall, tattooed, radiating confidence. New girlfriend? She asked Rachel, eyeing me. Yeah, this is my girlfriend, Rachel said, pulling me close with obvious pride. You're gay? Simone asked me directly. I felt Rachel tense beside me. She's with me, Rachel answered for me. I asked her, Simone said. Still looking at me? I'm queer, I said, choosing the safest word I knew. Simone's expression shifted to something knowing, almost pitying. She looked at Rachel. Be careful, she said, then walked away. In the Uber home, Rachel was quiet. What did she mean? Be careful? I finally asked. Rachel stared out the window. She dated a bi girl once. Got her heart broken when the girl went back to men. She thinks bisexuals are unreliable. That's biphobic, I said, anger rising. Is it? Or is it just pattern recognition? I stared at her profile in the passing streetlights. Do you think I'm going to leave you for a man? I don't know, she whispered. Are you? Rachel, I'm in love with you. Why does it matter who I dated before? Because I need to know you're all in. I need to know this isn't just a phase or an experiment. I'm literally in a relationship with you. How is that not all in? But even as I said it, I understood. She didn't want my present. She wanted my forever. And she wanted that forever to look a certain way, lesbian shaped, female focused without the possibility of deviation. That night was the first time we went to bed angry. She started sending me articles. 10 signs you were a victim of compulsory heterosexuality. How I stopped calling myself bi and embraced being a lesbian. The bi to lesbian pipeline. My journey. I read them all, trying to find myself in those stories. Some resonated. The pressure to date boys in high school. The relief of finally being with a woman. But other parts didn't fit, because I hadn't been relieved to stop dating men. I'd been sad when Marcus and I broke up. I'd missed him. I'd loved him genuinely, not as a performance or a mistake. Do you still think about him? Rachel asked one morning out of nowhere. Sometimes I admitted, the way you think about exes, wondering how they're doing. Do you miss being with men? I miss Marcus specifically sometimes, but I don't miss men as a category. I'm happy with you, but you could be happy with a man again. It wasn't a question. It was an accusation. Rachel, I could theoretically be happy with lots of people. That's how attraction works. But I'm choosing you. Every day, I'm choosing you. But you're keeping your options open? I'm not keeping options open. I'm just not pretending I became a different person the moment we met. My sexuality didn't change. My capacity didn't shrink. I just fell in love with you. She started crying. I can't do this. I can't be with someone who might wake up one day and decide they actually want to be with a man. I've built my whole life around being gay. My community, my identity, everything. And you're asking me to be okay with the fact that you're not really one of us, not one of you? My voice broke. I'm in love with a woman. I'm in a queer relationship. How am I not one of you? Because you have one foot out the door. Because you benefit from straight privilege when it suits you. Because you can't fully commit to this life. I looked at her, this woman I adored, who was asking me to amputate parts of myself to fit into her world. Then I realized something devastating. She didn't love me. She loved the idea of me. She loved the lesbian she wanted me to become, but she couldn't love the bisexual woman I actually was. The final fight happened on a Sunday morning. We were supposed to go to brunch with her friends, but I was exhausted from pretending, from defending myself, from trying to be enough. I can't keep doing this, I said. Still in bed while she got ready. Doing what? Defending my existence to you. Proving I'm queer enough. Apologizing for my past. She sat on the edge of the bed, mascara wand in hand. I'm not asking you to apologize. I'm asking you to be honest about who you are. I am being honest. You just don't like my honesty because your honesty is that you're not actually gay. You're bisexual. And bisexual women always end up with men because it's easier. Because you can have your queer phase and then settle into a nice, comfortable straight marriage with a man who'll never understand you, but at least you'll get societal approval. Her words hit like bullets, each one landing exactly where she aimed. Is that really what you think of me? I asked quietly. I think you haven't figured yourself out yet, and I can't wait around while you do. I have figured myself out, Rachel. I'm bisexual. I'm attracted to multiple genders, and I chose you. But if that's not enough, if you need me to be something I'm not, then maybe you're right. Maybe we should end this. I thought she'd fight for us. I thought she'd say she was sorry, that she was scared, that we could work through it. Instead, she said, maybe we should. We broke up that morning. I packed my things from her apartment while she sat on the couch, crying quietly. I wanted to comfort her, but I was crying too. And I didn't know how to comfort someone while they were breaking your heart. At the door, I turned back. I love you, I said. I love you completely. Every part of me loves every part of you. I'm sorry that wasn't enough. I love you too, she whispered. I just wish you were different. And that was it. The woman I loved completely couldn't love all of me back. It's been 6 months. I still think about Rachel every day. I still love her. In that way you love people who showed you exactly who they were and still broke your heart. I've started going to a bi support group, hearing other people's stories, people who've been rejected by both straight and gay communities, people who've been told they're confused or greedy or uncommitted, has helped me understand that I'm not the problem. My love isn't less valid because it's not exclusive to one gender. I deserve someone who loves all of me, not just the lesbian-shaped parts, not just the parts that fit neatly into their worldview. All of me. Rachel taught me that love isn't enough when it comes with conditions. Real love doesn't ask you to erase yourself. Real love doesn't measure your queerness by who you've slept with or who you might hypothetically be attracted to in the future. Real love sees you completely and chooses you anyway. If you're reading this and you've ever been told you're not queer enough or too straight or going through a phase, I see you. Your identity is valid. Your love is real. You don't owe anyone a narrower version of yourself. Find people who celebrate your wholeness, not people who ask you to shrink. You're enough exactly as you are. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise.